Welcome to the NZ Nomad Runner podcast. Good to be here. Good to be back. We're on a roll.
We are. We're doing well.
A few weeks in a row. I am Chris Lucas.
And I'm Charlotte Milne.
And we are run coaches at CMF Running, where we help runners and athletes level up their running, smash their races, us and our team of coaches.
So welcome to this podcast. Like I always say, good to have you here. If you're out there running, if you're in your car, if you're doing the dishes, if you're watching us on the couch or on your TV, for your family to watch. Good to have you here. Whatever you're doing, keep doing whatever you're doing and enjoying and listening to us. Yeah, good to have you here.
Don't keep staying inside though if you're not getting out running in the rain.
Yeah, I think most, well, yeah.
Don't keep doing that.
Yeah.
That's what today's topic is about.
Yeah, maybe, I think a lot of runners listen to podcasts on their run. So, just keep going. You might be inspired by this podcast as the topic is, running in winter.
What is the topic? Training tips for running in winter, basically.
Yeah.
So if you really want to get the full benefits of this podcast, then definitely run in the rain and listen to it.
Yeah. You'll just be
you'll be a legend.
You'll probably run for like an extra hour.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm having so much fun.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it's a very, pertinent topic as we are in July, middle of winter. And it's definitely been cold around the country, cold and wet. So yeah, hopefully this was going to help you get out the door, get excited about running in winter, because if I'm honest, there's some seriously good perks about running in winter. I actually really quite enjoy it. Obviously a good
I enjoy it too.
Obviously a good sunny day is nice, but there's elements of running in winter that, are just so special. Like, running does lots of things for us, takes us to lots of places, gives us lots of experiences, challenges us. And I think, the weather is definitely one of those elements that is a very easy way to challenge us or get us out there and grow as people. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that. Just a couple of notices. I don't know if it's notices, but we're going to talk about the Vert Challenge. So the Trail Running NZ Vert Challenge is now up to day 11, isn't it?
Yes.
So pretty cool. How do people follow that if they're interested in following that? Jump onto the Trail Running NZ website, eh?
Yeah, and there's just like a leaderboard on there. It's pretty easy to find on the main screen. I think today...
And the Trail Running NZ Instagram page as well is another place to just see what's happening. People sharing stories and whatever.
Yeah. For sure.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
What was I going to say is that there are, I think at the start of today, day 11, there was like 80 odd people. Last I checked, 17 people had gone out today. So obviously some people are, out there.
Right now, probably, as we're recording this on Saturday afternoon, they're probably out there getting their 1,100 metres averted.
Yeah. And I reckon there'll be...
In winter.
Yeah. But I think there will be a few people that did not start today, me included. Bradley did like a little vlog about, day 10 is a good milestone.
1,000 metres.
1,000 metres, day 10. I feel like you might be tired, but you haven't pushed too far into the well, or maybe you have, depending on, your fitness and all that kind of thing. But obviously, if you sort of keep going, like you're kind of going to get to that 2 weeks, whereas if you stop at day 10, sort of, essentially 4 days is still quite a long way away. So, yeah.
Yeah. And then it's going to be 4 days so 14 days. Just for anyone listening to this wondering what the heck we're talking about, it's the challenge that's going on that Trail Running NZ's put on It's a monthly challenge for July, and you've got to basically stack 100 meters per day of elevation. So started first day of July, 100 meters, second day of July, 200, third day, 300, and so on. So 10 days, 1,000 meters. That's what you've just done.
Yeah, for sure. And so like obviously the next 4 days is 1,000+ meters.
Yeah.
So obviously it's well, yeah, it's an interesting thing. Like you know, if you were to go randomly and do like 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, it might seem like a really big task, but because in this challenge you've kind of like built up. And what I kind of noticed is that going out and running this vert, running for like, you know, 90 minutes to 2 hours, becomes a normal part of my life. So the step up is like, it's like small in a way. And you've kind of like maybe changed your life or maybe your training. Like for me, like I do a lot of cross training, or dog walks and stuff.
Strength and all that.
Yeah, and I still like train for like 12 to 16 hours a week, but I don't do like, I ended up, because I did a quite a long run yesterday, did like 13 and a half hours or thereabouts of running, which is kind of unusual for me. So,
and then we say running. So this is the other thing too, because the nature of the challenge being vert, you're going to be doing a lot of hiking in that time, eh? So you want a good bunch of hill legs coming into it, which we have because of where we live.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's not as taxing in a way as well if you've got those hill legs to bring into the challenge. The fact that, yeah, a lot of that 13, 14 hours of time that you're spending is spent hiking.
Yeah.
As well.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, no, it's been a really awesome thing. I've kept going, like mentally and physically. I didn't feel tapped out. It's an interesting thing, like when you set a goal, because I sort of had a goal that of getting to 10 days. I was like, yeah, I probably can do that. But then as soon as you kind of reach a goal and your body kind of starts feeling a bit tired or something, but when you're on, you know, like when you set yourself a goal and a challenge, and like when you're training, right, as well for a big race, your body kind of changes. It knows it has to do this thing, so it finds energy that you may not have had. And it
in time, you find time, you adjust your life.
Yeah. And so, but when that thing ends, your body's like, oh, I'm a bit tired.
Yeah, it's like, oh, didn't realize I was so tired.
Yeah, but hopefully, because I've got Woo, yeah, the reason I kind of stopped, even though, like I said, I was mentally and physically feeling fine. I have Woo
2K
45K next weekend, so I want to be fresh for that, and so that it's a good time and my life doesn't become unmanageable as a result of digging too far into the well.
Yeah, that's what we talked about. It's like, yeah, you could keep going, and then you could do Woo, and then it's probably after that that's when you would be like, whoa, that's sort of not worth. It's probably not worth the impact it would have on your race day itself if you want to, you know, give the race a good crack, and then it's not worth how it would make, you know, you'd feel afterwards also. So yeah, good time to stop. Yeah,
and because also like logistically, my life would have allowed me to go to 2 weeks. You know, I can foresee that if I was to keep going, like on Wednesday, I have quite a busy day. But, you know, who knows?
Yeah. So, yeah, the nature of the challenge as well. Yeah, the deeper you go, just the more time demand it is on your daily schedule. So that becomes a big part of the challenge, doesn't it? It's like, oh, how am I going to... Because you're... I mean, how long's a 1,400? If you were to go up and down Climby...
it would be twice. It would be like 3 hours probably.
Yeah.
3
hours. So, you know, you got to find 3 hours of your day, you know, during the week, between your work and everything, travel time as well, recovery time. So it really starts stacking up, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I think, it's, I think the recovery is almost more of the taxing thing. Because if you're used to doing, quite a few hours in the week of cross training, maybe it's not so taxing. But obviously, like with going out and doing a 3-hour run, you're going to be tired, whether it's, so you're going to have to sit down and like chill out, opposed to like, okay, sweet, I'm just going to move on to the next thing. Unless, of course, you're like an elite runner or you've just got one of those people that has endless energy. But for most of us, I'm sure you're just going to want to like blob out, scroll on your phone, do all that kind of thing, opposed to, and then your things get neglected. Like, maybe you're not attending to washing, or you're not like keeping your house as clean as you could, or hopefully maybe you're relying on a partner to do more things and things like that. So it's just a interesting
Been
thing.
digging deep this week, digging deep.
Yeah, which I think is also, probably when you're training for big races, a similar thing happens.
You have a family conference. Training for this 100-miler now. You guys are going to need to step up around the house. Do other things, this kind of thing.
Yeah, so it does have that nature, and you kind of have to, obviously your life has to allow for that, and mentally you kind of have to be okay with that as well. Like, it's an interesting thing, the kind of neglecting of things. You kind of have to be okay with it.
So a lot of similarities with this sort of challenge and a sort of magnified short time frame level, similar to a big block of miler training, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, essentially it's only 31 days.
Yeah.
And so I noticed on maybe it was like Thursday, I was like, man, I feel like I should be working more. But here I am, like, going out and running, and the reality is that you only live once. It's only a very short period of your life that you're going to be sort of devoting a bit more time to running. And so I think it sort of like speaks to one of the things we're going to talk about in the podcast, is that it's that mindset thing. It's like where running can take us and what it can do for us. And like yesterday I was just buzzing about how good I feel because I had achieved this thing, and I'm like, I'm really excited about my running. I feel confident about my body and my running, and good about myself because I was able to achieve this goal. And I was able to get out in the elements, and so that not only hopefully have a flow-on effect for your up and coming races or your running, but also in your life as well. Like, when you're happy, you're just more productive and more, life's good, and you're a better partner and a better friend. You're like, life's awesome. And it can come from doing something like, a vert challenge or a race. Setting a goal and achieving it is a really satisfying thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
So shout out to Bradley and Trail Running NZ for putting the challenge on. It's been great.
I'm sure.
And to anyone else that's doing it too.
Yeah.
Keep, well done everyone.
Yeah, Kendall did it.
Oh yeah, Kendall's did 10 odd days too, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going out today or not. To exchange a message earlier today sounded like he wasn't going to, but
we had a few in the CMF community doing it as well.
Because obviously, just for reference, because you can obviously each day you can do over like the minimum amount, but it's roughly around 6,000 meters for 10 days of elevation, what it adds up to. So just under, and so that's decent. So shout out to Kendall. I know Bees is doing it. I'm sure he's still going. He'll go to the end. Also Danny, I reckon Danny could win this thing, I reckon. Yes. She has the thing about Danny, I don't talk to her very often, but it would seem she has quite a lot of time to train, judging by her Strava. And she has she obviously recovers fairly well because she does quite a lot of training. Yeah, so
can bang out a few races too.
Yeah, so she's could win, or she'll definitely be going.
Go Danny.
Yeah,
from Hawke's Bay.
She won't be quitting today, is what I'm saying. Unless, of course, something happened.
Unless she's like, I don't feel like doing it anymore.
Yeah, and I think that's also a thing that obviously happens. If you want to just quit, you can.
Yeah.
Hopefully he does it next year.
Yes.
I'm sure
that's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
I'm sure it will be a
And
thing.
then we can be like, yo, if anyone wants training help for the Vert Challenge, hit us up.
Yeah.
If there is a bit of strategy and prep required for it. If it's not your, if hills and hiking up hills isn't your forte, you do want to do a little bit of prep work for a day.
Yeah, definitely.
A little bit of strategy there.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So, that segues nicely into Wu 2K next weekend. So that's coming up. You're going to be out there doing the 45K again. And what am I going to be doing? I don't know. I'm just going to cruise around and probably see you and see whoever else is running.
I'm guessing you'll probably be at Macra and then at bottom of Tip Track.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. So always a fun, weekend for the Wellington region, Lower North Island trail community. But yeah, also, then Northern 100 the week after. So that's come up too. So Northern 100, a lot of Aucklanders and Northlanders go to that event. And Coach Hannah, flying up, she's from Central Otago, but family in Auckland, so nice excuse to fly up to Auckland, see your family, and then travel up and do the race. So and she's been training well for that, and she'll have a good. She was there last year, won the female, came first place, so she's back again for the 100K.
Yep.
Training well, ready to go.
And also shout out to Shannon, who's she's a Wellingtonian. She's doing her first 100K at Northland. She also did the Vert Challenge.
Nice.
She went to day 9. So shout out to you, Shannon. You've been training hard, so all the best.
The good bit of prep doing the Vert Challenge leads in nicely to Northern 100 too.
Yeah.
Because that's a bit of quite a bit of vert. It's not like a vert mountain ultra, but it's grunty North 100, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's decent enough.
For sure, yeah.
Now we're at the time of year where it's this funny time of year, which we find every year, where it's like winter, it's the middle of winter. It doesn't feel like there's it's like there's not much coming on or not much on the horizon, but all of a sudden we're about 12-ish weeks from Taupo Ultra and Blue Lake, a little bit longer. That's
Blue Lake's before.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. So
it would be like 10 weeks to Blue Lake.
It's about 10 weeks.
Which also means it's 10 weeks until daylight saving starts.
Yeah. So, you can be in your winter blues mode, or you can be like, man, it's actually, if you're doing a block, we've had folks contacting us about Taupo Ultra, like just this week, going, oh, it's 12 weeks to go, I better get this, better get my, key block sorted. And so, that's only 12 weeks away, Blue Lake, and then, what was it, a couple of weeks, or is it the week after? The week after Taupo Ultra is the SAT Champs, Backyard Ultra Satellite Champs, and then the week after that, at the very same venue in Waipukurau, is River Run Ultra. That's what do you call it? Labour weekend. That's end of October, and then then you're into Auckland Marathon.
I think Auckland Marathon's the next weekend after that.
Oh, it is. It totally is.
Yeah.
And we always have a good bunch training towards that. So, and then Queenstown 2 weeks after that. And then we're into, you got Y2K, the weekend Y2K down here in, down our way, Wairarapa, Hutt Valley. After that, Kaibaka Challenge, December, Spectacle, all those ones. Pretty amazing. So, 12-week window, Taupo, that kind of thing. 16-week window for Auckland and Queenstown, that kind of way right now. So,
and then if you're super keen, you'll be thinking about Tarawera Ultra. If you're doing the 100K or the miler, you're definitely having thoughts about, it. 7 months out.
7 months out. If you're thinking of engaging a coach, doesn't have to be with CMF Running. It could be with anyone. But if you've got it in your mind that I'm going to engage a coach for my 100K or my 100 miler, maybe you want to lay down a competitive, you've done them before, you want to be more competitive and dialed this year, or maybe it's your first one, then yeah, definitely now is a good time to engage a coach for that 7 months out.
Yeah, and plus it just, back to the topic, like it could be just like that thing that helps you get through the rest of winter, and you're like, yeah, I can actually get excited about my running because I, all these races are like not that far away. So just spending a bit of, money, or a bit of, self-love kind of thing, getting a coach can be like a really good thing to do, like right now in the middle of winter.
It's really motivating, eh?
Yeah.
And just having that extra layer of accountability is good too.
Yeah,
which we talked about a lot in last week's pod, the training app versus coaching differences.
Yeah, so it's all very exciting.
It is. It's an exciting time of year, eh? It's like you're just sort of coming into that season again.
Yeah. And it's good times.
Cool. So, let's crack into the topic a bit more. How do we want to start this? I think I want to just share my little story from, I guess we're just going to loosely talk about our own experiences with, our own little tips that we've got over the years. And, there's mindset stuff in there too. But we record our podcast. We've got a little routine going where we record on a Saturday, but we prepare for the podcast the Tuesday, like before. So we do a bit of brainstorming and preparation. And then so we've had you've had the week. You have the week to kind of like mull other things around in your head. And so, I think what day was it? Thursday, I had a run scheduled. And this was after our brainstorm about this podcast. Thursday, I had a run scheduled, and it was a very cold day and raining. We've had a lot of rain here the last couple of weeks. Yeah, very cold, very wet. And I was like, right, got to do this run. Got it on the plan. 8 by 30 seconds uphill. That's what the Coach Curley had on my plan. That's what I got to go and do. And so I'm like, it's freezing. And so what did I have on? I had shorts was fine. That's no bother. But I had a long sleeve on underneath my running tee. And then I used a raincoat as well, like an outer shell, because I was cold. Like I needed the extra shell. And I had the buff on. And I didn't use gloves, I don't think. I don't think I did. So that's, I guess that's a good place to start it, is having the right gear for your conditions is a really important and low-hanging fruit, easy one. Then the other thing I did on that run, which was really good, was I just had the heaters cranking. I put all my running gear on before jumping in the car, so I didn't have to faff around putting shoes on in the cold outside or anything like that. Had all my gear on, the shoes and everything, drove in the warm car to where I was going to run, and just got out of the car and started running.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that. There's that saying, there's no such thing as bad weather, there's just bad gear, So definitely get good jackets, spend that $500 or whatever it has to be, in reason, I guess. You don't need to spend $1,500 on a jacket, but unless you really want to. But I spent $500 on a jacket a few years ago. It's still
going.
It's still really good, and it's had some use. I've had some wet winters in it. And I've just been using it in this Vert challenge, and like, you don't not get wet if it's really raining, but it doesn't really feel like you're wet. So seeing this plastic thing, the compulsory gear, seam sealed, good jacket from wherever, somewhere like Macpac, or something like that.
I think the ones that can handle, there's that I don't know what their measurement is. It's 20,000.
20,000 watt.
Exactly, I don't know. The guy, when I brought my rain jacket, he didn't even know what it was. I was like, 20,000 watt. He was like, I don't know, to be honest. It's just 20,000. 20,000 better than 10,000.
So if you know the answer to that, maybe you could comment in the comments below.
I think it's something, yeah, someone will know. I think it's
Kendall.
something. Kendall will know. I think it's something to do with the amount of like volume of water volume of rainfall per X amount of time. Like they can handle.
So if you like, how hard could you just fire a hose at it? Before
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get wet?
Yeah. How do they
20
test it?
seconds?
Jump in that pool. Yes. Yeah. I don't know how they test these things, but
Yeah.
20,000 is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I'll just mention as well, like this is not a affiliated brand or advertisement or anything, but I got my jacket from Dwight's, and that's the same, similar to yours actually, 20,000, 20,000, and it only cost me $280 odd.
Wow.
Only, but it's still a decent investment. But I thought that was pretty reasonable for what it was actually, and I'm really stoked with it.
Nice.
Yeah. I've recommended that jacket to others as well, and they've enjoyed it too.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. Free plug for Dwight's.
Yeah.
For selling good quality gear for a good price.
Awesome. And yeah, just like other things like having thermal tops, and even like the ones that have like the thumb holes, so you put your thumb in. So maybe it's not like full on need gloves, but that having just a bit of warmth of your hand can make a difference. And sometimes in New Zealand, I feel like New Zealanders don't dress properly unless you like live, in
South Islanders.
South Island's probably a bit better.
They tend to be a bit more onto it, don't they?
But if you're like in Auckland, especially if you're from like a foreign country that's warm, like the Philippines, for example. I know we have a lot of Filipino runners. They may, or people from like South America as well. I know that they can struggle running in winter because obviously just the different climate.
Cooler.
So, getting, in place, and they might live in Auckland, actually, is where I was going with the story, which...
For us, Auckland is like tropical. Being from the Wellington and Hutt Valley region, we're like, whoa, Auckland's tropical weather.
Yeah, for sure.
But if someone else is like, whoa, Auckland's cold.
Yeah. So, going out and going to Dwight's or Macpac or wherever you want to get your thermal gear from, like get a proper thermal top, not one from Glassons, and use it, and maybe even like so there's like that underlayer, and then maybe even like some sort of jumper kind of thing as well. So I recommend doing that, and then depending on how far you want to get, like gloves as well. And I also have running in a beanie. I run in quite a lot of a beanie in winter. It's good to keep your head warm.
South Islanders listening, I mean, they get into the minuses, a bit cooler than us. They definitely would be running with a running beanie on for sure, because you'd want those ears covered, otherwise they just they start burning, and a bit more kit,
Yeah, but even and I'd say in the South Island, some people will be running in pants.
Yeah, you got the long ones. 100%.
Yeah, so, but obviously, I think like if it's snowing outside, you're literally going to be dressing better. But if you're like in somewhere that's more moderate, but you still find it cold, you think that you should be running like a t-shirt and shorts, and you're like, oh, it's cold, and of course it's cold. So it's kind of like going back and just like, I guess not thinking what you should be running in, just going out and getting that gear, and don't feeling silly for doing it if it means you're getting out the door.
Totally. Yeah, because
no one's looking at you that much.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was going to say about my run the other day. So started with my jacket. It's pretty unusual for me to run in a rain jacket actually, as well. But it's because it was cold as well as wet. Because sometimes you don't often get that combo, like cold and wet, and kind of windy. So once I was started in it, and once I was into the run, I just unzipped it, like, and had the air going in. It's fine. That's good. And you can do things like if you have your buff, start with it, and then you're like, okay, warming up now, take it off and just wrap it around your wrist. And that's another, you've gotten going, or maybe you've had gloves. Like, okay, warmed up now, take the gloves off, stick them in my pocket, good to go.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a sissy, I don't like to be cold at the start. I'd rather like have an extra layer on and take it off 1K up the road.
Yeah. I actually sometimes also think that sort of like I've noticed at times anticipation or the anxiety, which are probably very similar emotions, of the running, and then the fact that it's cold can make you colder. So I've definitely noticed that before, that I'm like, even sometimes I've gone to like the shoe science runs in Silverdale, in Auckland, and like I've been like quite cold, but I think it's just the anticipation, waiting, nervousness, maybe a little bit.
Yes.
And I've like, shoot, I'm cold, and then I started running, and like 5 minutes later, I'm like, yeah, I'm warm. So yeah, just that combination of sometimes that kind of stuff can make you colder. Or like what Chris sort of said, like if you aren't warm and if you are cold because of whatever reason, like you haven't been in a properly heated room, or you just haven't dressed appropriately in the day, and you're starting cold, like it's just too hard. So just making sure that you're warm, like Chris said, to start off with, I think is a big thing as well.
Yes, probably a good place to talk about mindset here, eh?
My favorite.
Yeah.
Mindset?
Yeah, running in winter is really a fulfilling activity.
I can talk about mindset. I like.
Go. Yeah. Get into it.
Yeah. I some of the things that the Vert Challenge has taught me, and is that being out in the elements of the rain and the wind is actually really liberating.
There's something special about it, eh? When you take off a run, an outing in shit weather.
Yeah. I just have to say, obviously if it's absolutely terrible weather,
yes,
you don't have to go out.
Yeah, we should have prefaced this whole conversation at the start of the podcast.
Yeah.
If it's a storm and like really bucketing, hosing down, and real windy, and like just crazy, don't go out. It's not safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we're talking about bad and cold and whatever weather, we're talking about the typical New Zealand weather where you get those like downpours and then it stops, then it's all right, or it's drizzly all the time. Like that's most of the time. It's not often where it's like full scale storms, where it's like risk of heavy rain, risk of flooding, huge winds, tree danger with winds, especially if you're trail running, or in an area like we're in. Don't risk. We're not talking about that kind of stuff. Go and do a treadmill run, like if it's like that, sure. Or a strength session or whatever.
Yeah, for 100%. And I think like sometimes when you stare out the window and you're just looking at the rain, it can make it a lot worse. Or maybe you're like us and you have a roof that's not very high and it sounds worse than it actually is.
Yeah.
So just getting out there and it's almost like telling yourself like I'm doing something that not a lot of people can do. Which is kind of true. Like most people in the world, if we take out not just runners, are probably just going to stay inside because it's raining. But you as the runner are out there doing your run. And like, you don't have to be like me. It's like, went up to Belmont, like quite high up. You can, stay on the roads, on the flat. You don't have to get up high, so there's more chance of wind and things like that. In fact, I probably wouldn't recommend doing that unless you're like, experienced runner. But just doing things like, telling yourself I'm doing this run that most people like probably wouldn't, whether that's true or false, it doesn't matter. It's just you're telling yourself that. And like looking around at you. So instead of focusing on the rain, I'm cold, I'm wet, I just want to get this done, like looking at your surroundings. So New Zealand is a beautiful place. Most of us get to run in beautiful surroundings. And so it's sort of looking at things like, like five things that you can see, like 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can touch. Like, it's just like things like that can just kind of take you off, thinking about how shit it is. and then just having a moment, like especially if you are going out for like a trail run and it's bad weather, like just pausing and just standing there in the weather, and it's sort of like embracing the weather, so it's not this scary thing. Weather, you just can stand there for like a minute. You can stop and pause, and just look around. I did that a couple of times over the past 10 days, like being on the top of Belmont, and I'm like, yeah, this is amazing. And being really grateful that I'm out here doing this.
So it's basically only the first, when you go out in poor conditions it's only the first 5 to 10 minutes that you're feeling like,
it's like once you're wet, you're fine,
Yeah, once you're moving, once you're moving and going and warmed up, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Just carry on. And then it's just enjoyable. And there's nothing more satisfying, I find, than like ticking off this activity. You got your training thing to do. Okay, it's like, oh yeah, I got to get out and get it done. And then you do it, and then you come home, have that shower, that warm shower afterwards, and you're inside the warm again. Having had done that, it's the most satisfying thing ever.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's just perception, right? So in summer, we complain about it being too hot.
Yeah, I can't run in the heat.
Yeah, my heart rate was too high. I was running sevens, and my heart rate was 180. It's like, and then there's another perk in like winter and cold weather is that your heart rate's lower and you could run a bit faster or a bit more with a bit more ease.
It's not quite so taxing.
Yeah. So there's like things like that. And definitely having a shower. So it's really
another good tip. Yep.
Really good one. Did you mention that in your?
I think we were talking about it when we prepped for the thing. Like a good tip there is just just when you finish your run. Did we finish talking about mindset?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So it's like when you finish your run, that's another sort of crunch point because we don't want to get sick, right? You don't want to be staying wet for too long. So if you have a little bit to drive, like before you can get to your shower, get that wet top off, get a warm thing on, get those heaters on in the car, and just get warmed up, get the wet shoes off, that kind of thing, and then just get into the shower like as soon as you can. Get your shower done as soon as you can, and get your change, get the warm clothes on, and you're good to go again. Don't delay like that stuff.
One sure way to get sick is keep your wet clothes on and be cold. Like you're 100% guaranteed to get sick. Even things like in winter, washing your hair, having wet hair, and then like going outside can make you get sick. So it's just even though it's a big thing, like having a shower and getting warm straight away. And I think also maybe you actually take a little bit of time to kind of like recover from the run as well. Like depending on how bad the weather was and how long you ran for, you may find like when you get inside that you're like, whew, I feel like just taking a moment opposed to
warm drink.
And you just like may need a little bit more time to recover than if you had gone out in a run in summer. Just because even though I just waffled on about how great and exhilarating the wild weather is, it is probably a little bit more taxing than if it was just a nice day. So it's just kind of like taking, just a little bit extra, if you have the time, which hopefully you do, to just sit down and have that drink and maybe look at your phone and stuff like that, or whatever you need to do. But obviously don't start doom scrolling. But just something I've noticed as well from running in bad weather is that I'm just a little bit more tired.
So I guess a lot of folks are like, I don't want to go outside and get wet because I might get sick. I guess it's sort of like, there's two things as well. It's like a lot of times, a lot of us have a little bit of flexibility, because a lot of the time the rain stops and starts and that kind of thing. So if you can, like, it's nice to start a run in between your shower, or in a light period. Like we said before, it's very rarely it's continuous heavy rain all day and all night in all places in New Zealand, really, unless it's like a storm going on. You can usually like start your run at least in between the squalls or in the lighter patches of them. Yeah, better than starting in the rain. That sort of thing will help with the the chances of catching a cold and that kind of thing. And then the other thing I'd say, just about that is, mate, like if you're looking after your health, you're eating well, you're sleeping well, you're doing those things, and supplementation, another good one. If you're supplementing your training, then really shouldn't be getting like sick that easily. Like if you're getting sick that easily from getting wet, then there's probably just some things to take a look at in terms of your overall nutrition, fueling, supplementation, health, sleep hygiene, who knows, like whatever.
Yeah,
it's not kind of health intervention. It's not because of the rain.
It's not the rain's fault.
Yeah.
If you're just if that's how it is for you. Like touch wood. I've pretty much been out in terrible weather for the past 10 days, and I have not.
Yeah, you're still here to tell the story.
Sick.
Still here to tell the story and record this podcast.
Taken extra supplements. Shout out to Currans as always.
Currans, highly recommend the Currans.
Yes, they're also just good for energy. But yeah, been taking those plus other things as well.
So if you're a CMF Run Club member, part of our CMF community, I just did drop all the supplements that mainly me takes into the Run Club Discord group. So go and check them out. It's in the health and wellness chat.
Yeah. So it's just good one. Just taking care of yourself. It's not, there's just might be a few more like little admin tasks that you have to do in running in winter than if it was summer, which is all good, because if you're consistent in winter, you're going to ultimately become a better, fitter, faster, stronger runner, accumulatively.
Yeah, consistency
is key.
It's all about consistency.
That's what they say. No matter what it is, consistency is key.
It's not that silver bullet session or that silver bullet thing or that sort. It's just doing a lot of all these things.
Just doing that easy
simple,
run
doing simple
rain.
Well, doing those runs, ticking things off, eating well, looking after yourself, just doing a lot of all these little pieces well and consistently. The best that we can, basically.
Definitely. And just giving it a go, eh?
And just, I think which is the mindset as well. I was just thinking about, like, just... be determined, like, because I think with folks, when I have worked with, some, runners in the earlier stages of their journeys that do struggle with just getting out the door in general, running is just rain, bad weather is just another thing on the list of many things. That's a barrier to getting that type of individual out the door. So if you're really, if you're like a newish runner, maybe you're like a rare pack type of jogger, and you're sort of really identifying what we're talking about, then like just have a think about like other barriers too that might be standing in your way, because rain, bad weather, just from my experience working with these types of individuals, not regularly but enough over the years to know these runner types. We definitely want to work on removing barriers, and even advanced athletes too. Like I've had to work on this myself. I'm not an advanced, but been running a long time. I've had to work on these things too, and just be like, oh no, this is what's on my plan. I've got to go and do this run.
Don't think, just run.
Yeah. And so, take a look at your barriers. Just pay attention to like those thought patterns, because if there's a lot of energy and thinking going into, how am I going to do my run, it's a lot of energy that could just be used for actually just going out and doing it.
Yeah. It's also just something like, that I sort of learned from the Vert Challenge was like, well, if I want to keep going, I'm going to have to do this. Like if I don't go out and do my, 800 or whatever, you're like, I'm going to be out. So it's just like, I don't have a choice. Just get out there, don't think, just run. And it's something else I thought of with sort of that type of runner, is that sometimes bad weather can actually not only stop us from running outside, but it can stop us from training at all.
Yes, definitely. Because it's
which
like it's a hole, right?
Yeah.
Momentum's going the wrong way.
Yeah, so it's just a bizarre thing. Like you can, you know, you can run on a treadmill.
Yes.
You can do a bike session, you know, indoors. You can do a strength session. You can do a yoga session. You can even do walking on a treadmill. Like, so the rain is not a barrier to stop you from training.
Yeah.
It's your mindset around how you think, you know, I'll just stay on the couch and all that kind of stuff.
Your mindset, being organized with sort of how you do it, having the right gear, all that kind of stuff. Looking after your health, supplementation, it's all together.
Yeah.
A treadmill run is not a fail if it's like crap outside. Like if that means that you're going to get it done, then perfect. You know?
Yeah, and also like a treadmill run can, you know, it's sort of like the wisdom to know the difference. Sometimes it actually might be appropriate for you to run on the treadmill. Like maybe you're, you know, been doing awesome training, you've got a race coming up and it's bad weather. Like
don't want to compromise
it. And even though you've been taking your supplements, even though you have the good gear, like it's just like that one little chance that you could.
Yeah. Or maybe you've just returned back to training as well. You just started getting a bit of momentum, and then it's sort of the rains come in. Because when you return back to training, like I got a little cold recently. That's kind of lingered around.
Right.
But yeah, that's I've noticed before. Like you return back to training. It's another time where just the body's kind of adjusting, and so no shame in cracking out a treadmill run if it's to in order to just help keep those things at bay and help keep that consistency going.
Yeah, for sure. Ultimately, all this stuff will make you stronger as well.
Totally.
Yeah, and then therefore it becomes easier. You know, you want to create a positive experience with running in the rain, running in cold. You want it to be a positive experience so that you go out there and do it again. If you set yourself up to failure by ignoring everything that we've just said, you're probably not going to go out again because you're like, oh, that was shit. So, set yourself up for success for running in winter, just like setting yourself up for success.
With any training.
And with training.
Yeah.
If you tell yourself you don't deserve this, or you tell yourself sort of all sorts of bullshit, really, then that bullshit will become the reality.
Yeah, 100%.
So it just is things like this that even running in winter can be. It sounds like maybe what I'm sort of saying sounds really over the top, but at the end of the day, it's still the case with running in the cold. Yeah.
Listen to the bullshit in the head. Our heads are full of bullshit, aren't they?
Don't listen.
Don't listen to what I was saying is pay attention to the bullshit.
Oh, yeah, you have to be aware.
Pay attention to the bullshit in your head and what your head tells yourself.
Well, you have
then don't go and listen to it.
Yeah. First comes awareness. If you're not aware, then you have no chance of changing it.
Yeah.
You have to be aware of, what you're thinking first.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's probably about us from this one.
I think so. Otherwise, I'm just going to...
This was a bloody good topic. I enjoyed this one. I hope you guys got a lot out of this topic. Feel free to comment your what you guys do for your tips and tricks for getting out there in the rain. If you identify or you struggle and this has helped you, I'd love to hear from you. And like always, if you guys want to level up your running, take your running to the next level, get in touch with us, cmfrunning.nz. You can book yourself a coach call. We coach match you to one of our team of 8 coaches. So plenty of variation there to match you to the right coach. See if coaching is something that you want to engage in to take your running to the next level.
Sounds exciting.
Yes.
Cool.
All right, my friends.
Have fun.
Catch you later.
See ya.
Bye.